Hey, what is going on, everybody? I am Nick Push, and I have yet another Halloween Ends video here today. I am going to be having lots of Halloween Ends vids coming up, guys, if you haven't noticed. It's going to be fun to speculate, fun to talk about. So I got a lot planned as the year progresses. So if you like Halloween Ends, you like talking the franchise, shit like that, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I know you're sick of that self-promotion, so let's fucking move on. So, I'm here today to answer a couple questions regarding a flashback in Halloween Ends. First question, will there be a flashback in Halloween Ends? And the second question I want to talk about is, should there be a flashback in Halloween Ends? A couple different questions there. So, before I get into that, do me a favor, comment down below if you want to see a flashback in Halloween Ends, and if you have any ideas what that flashback should be. Got a lot of creative people in this community that listen to me, so I really appreciate your guys' input, and a lot of times you guys will comment something down below that makes me think of a future video, and kind of gets my creative juices flowing, and I really enjoy that. So let's get into it. First question, will there be a flashback? This is pretty easy to answer for me. I don't know. Now, I have heard rumors that there will be. However, they are just that, rumors. It is hard to say if there's going to be a flashback or not. What happens is, you get a lot of people on social media or whatever, whether it's Twitter, whatever, tweeting that, this person said there's going to be a flashback in Halloween Ends. And they tell their mom, they tell their sister, they tweet it out, they retweet shit, and all of a sudden, you hear, I have people commenting, hey, there's going to be a flashback in Halloween Ends. I'm like, well, where did you hear that from? I just want to remind you guys, check your sources when you hear this information. I see a lot of accounts on Twitter with a lot of followers tweeting out shit that is just blatantly unconfirmed, And if they have a source, they should name that source. Number one, you're giving that source credit. And number two, you're adding validity to what you're saying. So it's just kind of a public service announcement. Just take everything you hear, take everything you read with a grain of salt, unless it comes from a reliable source. Because I see that shit all the time. Okay? I am not going to report on rumors. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am not going to report on rumors as fact. If I hear something and I want to make a video about it, I'm either going to, do a speculation video like I like to do. You guys know I like to do that. Talk about what I think should happen. Should this rumor happen or not? Kind of what we're doing today. I'm either going to make a video like that, or I'm not going to make a video on it. I don't need to make a video on, just a rumor. And I'm certainly not going to call a rumor fact. So that's just kind of what I'm about, guys. I am not knocking any other channels. I'm not knocking any Twitter accounts. I'm not knocking shit. It's just a reminder. Do your due diligence when you hear this shit. But let's answer the fun question. Should there be a flashback in Halloween Ends? That's where it gets interesting. So, do I think there should be a flashback in Halloween Ends? Is kind of what I've been thinking about all day, instead of working, because fuck that. I don't know. It'll all depend on what the flashback is for me. And the way I figure it, there are three options for a flashback. I guess there's four, but three options that I could see happening, even though one of them is really far out there and I don't think it's going to happen. The first option is a flashback to the Halloween 2018 night after Halloween Kills, after Michael kills, spoiler, Karen, and they show him get captured. Again, ain't gonna happen, guys. Never say never. I just don't think that'll ever happen. They showed him get captured in the flashback in Halloween Kills, which, you guys know me, I was pounding on my desk here, telling them, do not do that, do not do that. But then they executed it pretty well, with the symbolism of how he was, on the sidewalk in 1963 in the OG. So I didn't have a horrible problem with it. And actually, the flashback in Halloween Kills was my favorite part of that movie. So I don't think they'll show him get captured, especially based on some of the working titles or the working title of Halloween Ends, which is like Cave Dweller or Cave Dwellers. It clearly hints that he's going to be hiding out. So I don't think we're going to get a flashback to 2018 to see him get captured. So that's option number one. Option number two would be another 1978 flashback. Now, with how they executed this in Halloween Kills, a part of me kind of wants this, right? Like, they nailed it. That movie started, and Hawkins, opened up with that flashback, and all of a sudden, boom, they nailed every fucking detail, in my opinion. And they did something I never thought could be done. Make me feel like I'm on Halloween night 1978 in Haddonfield. I never thought that would be done. I got fucking goosebumps in the theater, guys. I fucking loved it. I know a lot of you did too. I'm like you guys. I'm just a fucking fan. Especially of the OG. Where this falls apart for me, though, is where in the time frame of 78 would this take place? We know from 1978 that he got shot off the balcony, and then, there obviously was a little time lapse between when he was shot off the balcony and when Hawkins and his partner saw him in the alley, right? You figure Loomis, called the police right after he shot him 6 times and noticed he was gone. And then we don't know how much time passed, right? So, it could have been an hour, could have been 20 minutes. Who knows? So, I guess you could kind of go in there. It seems unnecessary to me. He was headed home, right? And then we had the flashback, all the flashback scenes from 78 in the Myers house. So, it seems unnecessary. And it doesn't seem like you could do much with there. I guess you could, movie magic, but I don't think they would do that. So, that leaves us with what? After he was captured, they're going to show a flashback of him sitting in a jail cell or a cop car? No. So then think back to the OG. Could they throw something in there? And most importantly, if they did throw something in there, what would it mean to kind of bookend that with how the story in Halloween ends? I don't know. As we've said a million times when we first knew there was going to be a flashback in Halloween Kills, that we know where Michael is most of that night, with the exception of, a couple of moments. Mostly he's stalking Annie, and then stalking Linda and Bob, and then, stalking Lori. So we know, right? So I don't see how you could go back to 78 unless they come up with something really creative in, the 10 minutes we don't know where Michael is. But I don't know what it would mean to the story in Halloween Ends. So that brings us to option number 3. And this could be a flashback to the events of 2018 or Halloween Kills. You could do something on Halloween 2018, during the day. Maybe he sees Allison and her friends and he's stalking them during the daytime, a la Lori. That might be an idea. They could do something with a hedge bush or something, some type of callback, which I know they love. Or in Halloween Kills, after he kills Phil and Sandra, and before, Lindsay and them see him in the park, maybe they show him kill those 3 kids. That could be an option. Or after that, between that time and when he kills Big John and Little John, maybe he stops at another house. But what would that mean for the story? They would almost have to have a new character, right? And obviously there's going to be new characters in Halloween Ends. They would almost have to have a new character that Michael killed one of their family members, and then, they show it. And it's possible because it's 4 years later. I'm just kind of spitballing here, guys. I just had a couple of bullet points that I wanted to hit, and then I'm just kind of trying to think along the lines of what I would do and what kind of options they may have. So, as you can see, unless I missed something here, there's not a lot of options. Would I like to see one? I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be up to how they execute it. I would love if there was a way they could take me back to 78 again, because I love it so much. It's not something I thought I'd be sitting here telling you guys, but I don't think it could happen. Maybe stalking Allison or seeing Allison, because he doesn't even know who the fuck Allison is, Maybe Allison sees him, a la during the daytime of 2018, a la Lori, but, we kind of knew where Allison was that day too. Lori was staring at her out the classroom window. So that's kind of where I stand. It's all going to be in the execution. And I just want to reiterate, do not believe everything you read online. Now, watch, tomorrow it's going to be confirmed that there's a flashback and this person who was talking about this was 100% correct. Doesn't matter. Show your sources. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So, like I said, tell me in the comment section if you would want a flashback in Halloween Ends and what you would do with it. If you have any ideas, anything cool, keep those creative juices flowing, guys. And thanks for watching. I will see you next time.